Flip, Papa, flick. Flick. Thank you. There we go. Ready? Come on. Okay, here we go. It's been so long, I feel like I genuinely have to reintroduce myself, because you're probably like, who is this girl on my timeline right now? It's okay. It's been a long time, which is exactly why I feel like we all deserved a little life update, a little Q&A, a little where have you been? Well, not you guys, me. A little where have I been? And that's exactly what this video is gonna be about today. I'm sorry for where I'm at. I'm obviously in my car. I'm filming this outside of my store. I'm sorry for the quality. Originally I wanted to record on my camera, but what have you know, it's been dead, rightfully so. It's been months. So yeah, we're just gonna do this in my car. I feel like I wanted to just sit down and have like a little chit chat, you know. So welcome back to my channel, guys. My name is Selene, for those of you that didn't know me and I just randomly popped up on your video. And even if you did, girl, it's been a minute, so I feel you if you forgot about it. It's okay. I don't even know what my last video was. I don't even know where we left off. All I know is that I intentionally put YouTube on the back burner, not because I wanted to, but because I had to. Owning a store is hard, being a mom is hard, working is hard, and doing social media is hard. All of those things are hard on its own, and I tried to do them all at once, and I just found myself burning out. And even though I love YouTube, I always thought about it. I always wanted to do it. I actually did a few vlogs. I just never had the time to edit it and upload, and being inconsistent, I felt like it wasn't fair. So I made the decision to put YouTube on the back burner to kind of just get a handle on my life, on what I was doing, so that I could do it well and not have to worry about something else. The best way I could explain this to you guys is I constantly have a million open tabs in my brain, and I always go back to one and I go to another and I go to another, and I just had to like exit out of YouTube, exit out of my personal Instagram, exit out of things that just didn't matter at the moment, or that I couldn't handle at the moment. You know what? No, that I couldn't keep up with at the moment. Let's be real here. I think the last video was my sister. Was that the last video? Leaving? Oh man, I don't even know. Point is, that bitch is back. So she's back at the store. My Starbucks order is new. I now drink a venti iced chai tea latte with vanilla sweet cream cold foam. I am trying to cut back on caffeine, just because it gave me so much anxiety and I wasn't eating right. And that's also an update for you guys, a little random. Sorry, this is gonna be all over the place if you haven't noticed, but I actually went to the doctors to do a, ¿cómo se dice? I got some blood work done just so that they could look at my levels. Primarily, I was concerned about my hormone levels, just because I'm 30 and I was still breaking out so bad. I don't know if you guys saw my podcast with Spill the Beans, or I was actually on the Spill the Beans podcast, which was so much fun. If you guys haven't watched it, go watch it. I'll link it down below. But during that podcast, I was going through one of my worst breakouts, and like I said, I'm 30 and I was just so over still breaking out. And I looked at the face map thing. You know how you could read where your breakouts are, and it basically said that my breakouts were down here. They were all hormonal, which made sense because I felt like my mood swings were all over the place. My sleep was all over the place. My eating habits were all over the place. Like, I just didn't feel normal. And I know it could also have been like stress, but I didn't feel stressed. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but point is, I went to the doctors. They did a whole like blood work thing, and my numbers came back normal pretty much, aside from my sugar. So I had a really high sugar in one test and then a really low sugar in another, which told my doctor that I definitely had an imbalance there, and that I had some kind of insulin resistance. So long story short, she told me that I had to cut back on sugar, on snacking, on a lot of carbs, which made sense because owning a store, I would eat once a day, if that. And when I did eat, it was really bad because it was fast food. I was tired, I was ready to go home, and what I would drink was coffee, and it would get me through the day. Not saying that this is any healthier, but in my brain it feels a little bit better because it's not caffeine. I don't know, does it have caffeine? Bitch. Anyways, So that's kind of what's been going on. Honestly, I already see a difference. It's only been a week, and I feel like my breakouts aren't as crazy. Well, you guys can kind of see I have one right here, but those are things that we could work on. But at least I don't have like huge active breakouts at the moment anymore. I feel like I should have wrote this down because it's not gonna make sense. I'm so sorry, you guys, but should I go back now? I feel like we're in too deep. So yeah, valió. I was in the midst of hiring a new girl, and I think I'm gonna hire her. So we're probably gonna have someone new on board. So I guess going off of that, I've been primarily focusing on growing my online as well, which has been working out amazing. But that's also why my cuñada, the one that you guys know away from my vlog, she is back now, which I'm so happy. So she's now the one that's processing our orders, our customer service email, the packages. So if they're a little late, it's not me. No, just kidding. But yeah, so she's back, and I'm so happy. So I feel like I have my whole little family with me back now, and it feels so good, you guys, because now that we're in this topic, honestly, the hardest part about owning a business has been finding good help. This is my business baby. I worked so hard for this. I've been in this industry for now since 2018. Almost 4 years now, and it's been a long journey. We've come a long way. Obviously, you guys knew that we started in my friggin' parents' kitchen, and then in my bedroom, and then in my basement, and then my dream has always been to have my store, and that's where we're at now. So finding someone that takes care of your business the way that you want it to get taken care of has been really difficult, but now I feel like we finally have a good team. So aside from Yesi, my cuñada, we also have Kari. Freaking love her. She's blending in perfectly with our family, our work family, which I know is so cringy, because when businesses say like, oh, work family, you're like, bitch, but we really are a family. Like literally, my sister's here. That's also why I kind of took a step back, because I was going through so many like emotional roller coasters. Taxes I could handle, sales I can handle, online orders we can handle, marketing, all of that I can handle. But what I did not foresee was coworkers, which is so crazy, because I've always wanted coworkers, and now that I had them, I'm like, no, espérame, never mind, I'm just gonna close the store down, and it's only gonna be me. No, but it's okay. Kari's here. She's working great. Giselle left, but she's, you know, doing her own thing, which we support and love. And yeah, now with bringing this other person in, I was really selective with her, and I even did a working interview, which I had never done before. And honestly, it gave me a good idea of how this person was going to be in the workplace versus just them selling themselves, because I feel like that's where I went wrong the first time, because a lot of people say things, but when it comes down to doing things, that's really what shows. I have learned so much, and I feel like that's happened because of my store. That's happened because of me working and having to take on a role, like a leadership role. Obviously, me and Leslie, when we were doing the online orders, the business in the basement, obviously she was there, but I didn't see myself as more than her, if that makes sense. Here you have no choice than to put yourself in that role, because you are the boss. You have to get things done for it to be a productive and a lucrative business, you know. So in that sense, I've kind of stepped into my own, because I am a big people pleaser. I am a big sugarcoater. I don't like hurting people's feelings. I like being nice. I like being genuine. But there are some points in this whole business life that you can't be that way, because it's still a business. And for me, wanting to be both, I found it really hard. It was really conflicting. But honestly, you don't have to be one or the other if you have genuine people working with you. You know what I mean? So anyways, that's kind of where it was really hard for me. And now that we have, like, that I've honed down on what I need to be and what I need to do and the people that I want and the people that will understand, and now I feel like I've realized so much stuff in that sense. But yeah, it's been pretty crazy. I think another big thing that I wanted to do, like an update wise of like challenges of owning a store, is inventory control. Honestly, was one of those things that has been a challenge for me, because we have always sold out really fast. Even when I increased my inventory 3 times, 4 times the amount, so that we didn't sell out, would still sell out, which was a good problem to have. But then other times I've got 10 times the amount and then it didn't sell. So it was kind of like a give and take, where I would find like a happy middle. But now adding a store on top of an online, and the online growing and then the store growing, I feel like I have never really like hit the target, hit the mark on my inventory. So that's honestly still a genuine struggle, but I'm working on it. You know, I feel like this is, it's only been 6 months, and I feel like now I'm very, like, I'm grasping all of it. I also have learned to take off a lot of hats in my business. I obviously am the owner. I take the pictures. I'm the only one that markets. We don't really use influencers to market clothes or sell clothes. Obviously, I did a collab with Blanca because that was one of the goals that we had for the store. One of my goals, I wanted the store to be more than just a store. But yeah, so again, I'm the only one that does the marketing, the advertising, all that stuff. The one that does TikToks, our Instagram. So I do a lot, and I've learned that not having to wear every hat in your business because you're scared that it's not going to be as good, or they're not going to do it the way you would want to do it, is okay. Maybe they'll do it even better. I don't know. I'm learning to delegate, and that's one of the things that, again, I'm like learning to let go. Also, I haven't been at the store every day. If I was to tell you guys that all of last week I wasn't here, and it felt amazing. Like, I was able to sleep in, I was able to deep clean my house, I was able to do a whole bunch of stuff that otherwise I'd be here at the store doing, which really wouldn't make sense because I was in there like organizing clothes, I was printing tags, everything I hired girls to do, I was in there doing. And it was like, girl, my time was better served elsewhere. And that was a tough pill for me to swallow because I wanted to do that. I love doing that, you know. But if I wanted to really like use my time wisely, that's where I had to take a step back and just let it be, you know. And you know what? The store didn't fall apart. So perfect. What else? Ooh, I also hired a photographer, which, you guys, I don't know why I held on to that. So, okay, no, that's a lie. I know exactly why I held on to that, because I was always so insecure with my acne and my scars that I just wanted to be the only one like in there, like editing, like taking out my little pimples. I hired Denise, which she was actually the girl that did our, what is it called? She did the pictures, the video of the grand opening, the behind the scenes. Like, she did a little video for me to remember of like my family congratulating me. So I have a video where Gio was saying he's so proud of me. I just wanted it as a keepsake, you know. I was gonna upload it to YouTube, and then I was like, no, I want to keep it. So reached out to her and see if she wanted to take my pictures for our website, and she said yes. So I cannot tell you guys how much that has taken off. I don't have to edit the pictures. I don't have to worry about picking the pictures, taking the pictures. All it is amazing. And after the photo shoots, she would just give me all of my pictures that I wanted, like a few of each outfit. And then I give those pictures to Kari, and I'm like, here, post them. Here, create emails with them. And obviously, I still like run our Instagram account in terms of like the pictures and posting and stuff. But honestly, that has helped so much. Aside from work, I think those are all the updates with work. Is that it? Moving on, aside from work, I guess family wise, any updates? I don't think any crazy updates. Oh, Gio is in karate now, so he's loving that. What else? Today's Halloween. I don't even know if I said that, but I will say the best thing about owning my boutique has been just watching it kind of grow on its own. It's kind of like watching a baby crawl and then walk and then run, you know. It's kind of like right now it's in that like walking stage. This is a place where I could really step out and, you know, do what I really want to do, which is why I felt ready to kind of do an update, because I didn't want to do an update unless I was gonna start posting more. And honestly, I love vlogging. Like, vlogging has not been my issue, it's just the editing part. But since I'm no longer like on the schedule, now I could use my mornings to edit my vlogs, post it, and do that stuff, because I love vlogging. I love talking to you guys. I love showing you guys all my new products, everything that I'm into reading books now. The only thing that really helps my mind escape, because it's the only thing that demands my attention at that time. So I've read all of the Colleen Hoover books. Thank you, TikTok. I've been on there. I read November 9. I read It Ends With Us. I pre-ordered It Starts With Us. And I also figured out that I'm a really fast reader. I could literally read a whole book in like 2 or 3 days if I have enough time. Like, I'll stay up to like 3 or 4 in the morning, but I read really fast. Like, I don't reread my sentences. Apparently Jesus does that. I don't know, but I don't reread sentences. I could even skim a whole sentence and I know exactly what it said. So I don't know. Another cool thing about like my business or like being your own boss is the fact that I really do have such a free schedule. Like, I had to take a step back because I always felt like I was busy. I always felt like I had something to do. And while that is true, because there's always something to do with your own business, I realized that I have the freedom to not go in. And that's when like a switch like went off in my head. I was like, yeah, I could do this. Yeah, I could go in and rearrange the whole store. Yeah, I could go in and like do inventory on our online. Yeah, I could do this and I could do that. But I could also go get my nails done. I could also go check out TJ Maxx. I could also just stay at home and work from home if I wanted to. I think realizing that having a healthy balance has been like life-changing, like in a great way, you know. Obviously you get out as much as you put in, but also don't put in everything you got, because then doesn't matter how much you get out of it, you can't even enjoy it because you're constantly trying to get more. So I feel like that realizing that has been a big thing for me, and knowing when to take a step back has also been a big thing for me, because I feel like I was on the verge of like a little burnout, little mental breakdown, and it wasn't so much because of the work. I think it was a lot because I felt like I was losing like a little bit of the spark of my relationship. Like I missed Jesus, and I was like, we live together, what the fuck, why am I missing him, you know? I felt like I wasn't doing enough with my kids. The whole mom guilt, you know, that played a big role. I also felt like I wasn't giving YouTube my all. I also felt like I wasn't giving my store my all if I wasn't there. So when all of that got together at once, I was like, I just don't want to stop, you know. Stepping outside of myself and realizing like, well, you're the one that overworked yourself. You're the one that didn't plan a date for you guys, or you're the one that hasn't made it a point to do this with your kids or take this day off or whatever. You're the one that's constantly working at the store. That's why you're not able to post on YouTube. When I realized that I was my own mixer, my own chef to my problems, that's when I was like, let's reel it in. So I think that is the hard part. It's so easy to get lost and not even realizing that you're getting lost or that you're getting overworked. I think that's why it was so important for me to organize my time effectively. And now that the store is covered with all the girls and I technically don't even have to work a shift, use my time but use it well. Honestly, I feel like I'm really getting into my adult person. Granted, I'm 30, but I'm realizing a lot about myself, and I love that. I love the fact that I could be empowered. I feel like I didn't give myself enough credit. I feel like I would always like belittle myself for some reason, when in fact I'm fucking doing amazing. I'm fucking holding it down. I'm growing a whole business, a whole online, while having a family, while still prioritizing my kids, while still having friendships, whilst, you know what I mean? Like I'm doing amazing. But it did take me 6 months to be here. I'm so excited. I still have so much more to go, so much more to do. I have so much that I'm working on. I'm not gonna be that person. I'm not gonna be like, wait to see. No, I'm gonna tell you. So the next thing that I'm working on are thick leggings. I know you guys know what those are. Sold thousands of those, you guys. People till this day have messaged me, when are you guys gonna get thick leggings? But we are finally bringing them back. These are actually better than the original, and that's hard to say because how do you fix something that wasn't broken? You know, you can't. You just need to make it a little bit better. That's why these are gonna be called the thick 2.0s. They amazing. I'm so excited. I totally forgot about that. So that is a big thing that I'm currently working on. Now that those are going to come back, you guys, it's going to be a big deal. It's going to be a big production. We're going to order a lot of those. Another thing that I have been thinking about and working on, I don't even know what to call it because it's going to be a little bit of everything. It's going to be a checklist, it's going to be a booklet, it's going to be a calendar, it's going to be a tips, a whole something. I don't know what it's going to be called, but I'm working on something for two kinds of people. For someone that wants to start an online boutique and someone that wants to take their online boutique to a physical location. And like I said, I realized that I didn't give myself enough credit. I know there's boutique coaches out there. I know there's free videos on there that tell you what to do, how to start a business. But now, having lived through an online business for almost 4 years, I feel like I genuinely have lived enough to tell you exactly what to do, exactly what I did, exactly how to get to where I am. I always get asked, how did you do this? Or can you give us tips on opening a business? Or where do you get your clothes from? Or how do you do this? Or how did you do that? You know, it always felt like so much work to explain it to one person. You can never really explain one thing without explaining another, because everything in this business world ties one way or another. So now this way, I'm gonna sit down, put all my thoughts, all of my knowledge, all of my experience on paper. So if you have ever thought of starting your own boutique online, or if you already had a boutique online and you want to take it to the next step, even if it's just try it out, I will have a booklet for you, genuinely coming from me, having done it and being successful at it, for you to get your hands on. I missed this. It felt like I was on FaceTime, and you guys are great listeners. It felt like I finally got that off my chest and we could talk. Okay guys, ya me voy. I talked so much. I know this ramble was all over the place. Not ramble, update was all over the place, and it was a lot, but I'm glad I finally sat down, got a lot off my chest, and gave you guys a little bit of what it's been like, you know, owning a store for the past 6 months, the good, the bad, and the ugly. I've been out here long enough. Daddy's probably like, bitch, did you die in there? So yeah, you guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe if you guys haven't done so already. Definitely stay tuned for the thick layings and my little booklet. I don't know what it's called. Algo. In the future, if you guys would be interested in something like that. Yeah, see, that's my problem. I could talk for days. So I'm just gonna turn this off, and I will see you guys in the next video. Until next time.